So thank you for joining me. And I wanted to share a little bit during this time. I am thinking of a few things, and of course, some of the things that enter my mind are the healing arts, and I wanted to share a few of the things and the ways in which we can work with this time. So the first thing that I always like to do is I always like to do a prayer of some kind. So I would like to begin with a prayer so that we can kind of align our thoughts. Align our thoughts. Hi, everybody. This is so lovely. Hi. Hello, beautiful sister. Hi. So great and beautiful mystery, Creator. I give thanks to you. Please join us in our conversation today. I thank the spirits of land and place. I thank all of the guardians and all of the ancient ones. I thank the ancestors. And I ask that whatever comes through here in our time together, that it is for the highest good of everyone who is with us today and for all beings on the sweet face of Mother Nature. We welcome you and we ask that you'll presence yourself here with us today. Thank you. Oho. Amen. Hi. Hello, everyone. And so one of the thoughts that I was having is around this poem by Jim Cohn. And this poem, I just think it's a really interesting and really beautiful poem. And it starts with this sentence of, you carry the cure within you. You carry the cure within you. Everything that comes your way is blessed. Everything that comes your way is blessed. The Creator gives you one more day. And I love this line. This is such a great line. It says, stand on the neck of the fearful mind. Stand on the neck of the fearful mind. Do not wait to open your heart. Do not wait to open your heart. Open your heart now. Open your heart now. Let yourself go into the mystery. Sometimes the threads have no weave. The price of not loving yourself is too high. The price of not loving yourself is too high. Jim Cohn, and it's Jimcohn, Jim Cohn. And so if we carry the cure within us, like, what does that mean? I wonder what that means if we carry the cure within us. And so I like to think about that, and I like to think about how interesting, if I carry the cure within me, I think about the things that I value. And I was talking with one of my young friends last night with Ben, and Ben was telling me that he thinks about, like, what is it that supports you? What is it that most supports you in this time? And who, I was thinking also about who and what do you love. When he was talking about, like, what supports you best, I was thinking about also who and the places and the people and the experiences that are most supportive to us. So I was thinking, if we carry the cure within us, then a lot of that is about how can we give support and how can we receive support, as Ben and I were talking about last night. And then also what I was thinking about, if I carry the cure within me, what is the meaning? Like, what is the meaning that I'm making? What is the meaning that I'm making of these things? And it's so interesting to me that hindsight is 2020, like it's it's not like, oh, we're going to know and then we're going to be able to tell everyone what's going on. And it's more like, what is happening for me? What am I learning? What are the gifts that I'm receiving from this time? And what are the blessings that I can give and receive? And so I think about, when I think about the cure, I think about, what do I value? What is it that I most value? And I can think about what I value, but then I can actually do the things that I value. And we've been given this really interesting time where we get to stop and pause, where we get to reflect. We can actually come to a place where we can remember who we are. Some of us don't remember who we are. And I think that's one of the interesting things about this time, is that some of us have been so caught up in the swiftness, like there's this swiftness and almost like this codependent culture that we've been asked to engage in. And when we've been asked to engage in things that go against our very essence, the fabric of our being, it does harm to our spirit, and it gives us soul rupture after soul rupture after soul rupture. And so how can we in this time, how can we engage in the things that enliven our spirit, that enrich us? One of the things that is true is that, the word spirit really means that which moves the body, or that which is in alignment with moving the body in different ways. And it's like we don't have those motions, we don't have that movement unless we're engaged with the spirit or with the soul. And so what enlivens us, what enchants us, what excites us, what we have so many passions inside of us that we haven't had the opportunity to do because we're in such a hurry. Everyone is in such, this big ass hurry. And really, we don't need to be in a big ass hurry. We really need to slow it down. And so I think that there is a lot that is available to us within ourselves. One of the things that I would recommend is just making a list of the things you value. Like you can make a list of what you value. You can make a list of who supports you. You can make a list of who you want to support, how you want to connect with other people. It's important that we are able to have time with ourselves. It's important that we're able to be in a room alone with ourselves and to enjoy our own company. If we can't, then guess what? We have an opportunity to learn how to do that. Like, how awesome is that? Like, we can do that now. But one of the most important things that I find is my relationship with the mystery. So if I can attend to the divinity or to the divine, I call this like a healing art. One of the ways that we can express the divine in our lives is to be engaged in healing arts. And I remember watching my Honka mom, Barbara means Adams, and I remember she was making me this really beautiful pair of moccasins, and on it she was like working on this beautiful beadwork, but everything in the beadwork has meaning. So the diamond stands for our higher power. All of the images, all of the symbols stand for something that's really specific. Every symbol means something. And so everything has meaning. And so I think that it's important for us to remember that we can make things, that we are the creators of things, and that we don't need this terrible dependency on other people doing things for us, making everything for us. Like, we have this capacity to make things and to really belong to life with all of our gifts and talents. So what do we have to offer? What is it that we have to give? And I also find that I really appreciate that the Creator gives us one more day. And I also think about the elders, and that the elders are the ones who are most impacted by what's happening right now. And I love my mothers so deeply. And I'm fortunate enough to have an adopted family, and then I also have a birth family. And when we have an adopted family and a birth family, one of my mentors, Angelus Arian, used to say that means that we're twice blessed. And so I've been twice blessed with with both of these beautiful families. And so that is what is true, is that we have these connections. And so when we're connected in those ways, we are being given this opportunity to connect with those ancestors who created us, or with those spiritual ancestors, or with those adopted ancestors. And we all have ancestors. Everybody has people who brought them here. Everybody in the world has ancestors. And we can call on those ancestors, and we can even think about, who are the people in the world, or who are the ancestors in the world that can most support what is happening. Who can I rely on? Where's wisdom that I can gain? Because we have our own body wisdom. We have a wisdom that lives in our body. And in that wisdom, we also have our healing arts. And so when I think about healing arts, I think about anything that we create. So some of us are healers. Some of us do healing work. Some of us are massage therapists, and some of us are counselors, and some of us are bakers, and we're all healing and offering our gifts and our talents in different ways. But we have this opportunity to go within, to go inside of ourselves, to gather the knowledge and the wisdom that is there, that is waiting to be expressed. And then we have a healing art that is personal. So we have healing arts that are professional, and we have healing arts that are personal. And so how can I how can I access the healing arts that are inside of me? For me, I have to say one of the healing arts that is most powerful for me is to write, the writing of poetry. I'm working on my workbook right now for my spiritual identity course called The Way of the Soul. I'm also painting. I love to paint. I also love to have conversations. I feel that conversations are one of the great arts that we want to continue to hold as sacred and as good medicine. So I believe that whatever healing arts are available to you, I think it's important to access those healing arts and to express them. Also, to connect, you want to connect with your family and with your friends and with each other. And I'm so grateful for social media because it's a wonderful way that we can connect throughout this experience, this collective experience that we're all having. So I think that one of the most important things that we can do is to send our gifts, our talents, our healing arts, our medicine. You can call it your medicine. Like everyone is born with a healing art within them. Everyone has love to express. Everyone has medicine, and I feel like love is medicine, right? So we have this opportunity to send our love to one another, to send our love around the world. Love is one of the very best, greatest treasures that we have. It is a great healing power that everyone has access to. And so I would recommend that what you can do is you can actually just once a day, something that we can all do together is we can send that healing power around the world. And something you can do is you can sit maybe we could do it at noon. Noon is a good time. So at noon we all have, we don't have to have lunch, but we can have lunch if we want to. If we're eating lunch, which we may or may not be doing. But maybe before, or at high noon at the strong time of day, as Angelus used to say. What we can do is you can put your hands together and maybe rub them and get some energy moving, your life force, right? That which engages, and you can rub your hands together and then just to put them out. And you can send love out of one hand and you can just send it all the way around the world. And wouldn't that be a crazy, wonderful thing to do? And then what happens is that love goes, and you can imagine it going all the way around the world and through all of the cities and through all of the people and all of the homes, and then returning to your other hand. It's like, whoom, and then it moves through your body and it can go, and we could do like 3 cycles or circles all the way around this beautiful treasure, this beautiful earth that we've been given. And it's so beautiful. My partner had sent me this right before I began, had texted me this because I'm in my little spot where I'm doing this announcement. But it's from Walt Whitman, and it says, we don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion. So medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, and love, these are what we stay alive for. So what do I stay alive for? What is it that engages me? What are my gifts and my talents? What is my medicine? Or what is my healing art that I want to bring into the world? Who are my ancestors? How are they supporting me? How am I guided at this time? And I think for me, I'm going to write a poem, and I'm going to, we'll be having a conversation, or I'm opening for a conversation on Monday at noon and Wednesday at noon and Friday at noon. So we'll be engaged and in this really beautiful conversation about Mother Earth and what is most healing for her. And I really want to honor Belle, my friend Belle from Pine Ridge. And we were talking last night, texting back and forth last night, and he was just saying, this is a healing for the Mother Earth. This is what we're doing right now. Is so much has happened, and I thought of what's happening in Venice, with the waterways, that the waters are clear, and that the waters are clear in ways that they have not been for, I don't know how long. It pains my heart to think about it, but and then the air in China is clear in ways that hasn't been for generations. And Inga and I were talking about that yesterday. So the earth she's on it. She's working with it. She's doing what she needs to do. Maybe we can't do it, but the earth has figured out a way to, I think I read Justin had posted something yesterday that was like, Mother Earth is like, go to your rooms and think about what you've done, So maybe we can't figure it out, but the earth has figured out a way to help herself and to heal herself. And hopefully what we can do is we can reconsider in some ways how we are working with our elders, and that our elders, like I take care of my mother, and I love her so much, and but that was the way that I was raised, is that you honor your elders, and you take care of them, and you make sure that they're safe, and you go to them for wisdom. So that's what I learned when I was growing up, and I think that maybe it seems like it is not correct for us to put our wisdom keepers in small rooms where they have no access to the people they're supposed to be passing their wisdom down to. And so I think that there are ways to work with that, and also ways to help ourselves. And we're really being called to share our new wisdom around how do we build a community that can take care of our elders in a different way. How can we live in a world where we can be in relationship with each other, and where the young ones, where the young people can be connected to their elders in a good way, and where they can gather their knowledge and their wisdom, and where we can begin to build friendships, friendships where we're also family, because what I know from my mothers is that we're all related. So thank you so much, and I look forward to talking with you soon. And I should have hopefully I will have a new poem. I will write a poem that will be my healing art that I will do at this time, and I look forward to talking with you on Monday. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Bye. I love you. Bye bye. Aww.